All right, girls, I have filled in some information here on your slide 3. So number 13 is completed, but you're going to notice that I've put the digital times here on 14 and 17, and I'm going to draw the hands for you on 16, 15, and 18. So I'll have you plug in whatever's missing, whether it's the hands or the digital time. So for number 14, I would like you to draw your hands, and I'm going to demonstrate that here on 18. So just a quick reminder, you'll go to your arrow tool. You can just click on it. 15 minutes after 2. If it's after 2, then I'm in the 2 o'clock hour, so I'll start at my dot and make sure that that hour hand is going somewhere between the 2 and the 3. Then I will need to click on my arrow tool again to draw a new arrow. Start at that middle dot again. 15 minutes after, this time it's the minute, so I need to go all the way to the outside of my clock so that that hand is longer and touching my minute spot here, so that would be 2:15. Then you can fill in with your text box the digital time below. You are going to fill in the digital times for the outside clocks. And for this middle row, I would like you to draw the arrows for 7:30, which is 7:30, and also for 1:45 down below here. We're moving on to slide 4. This is a table here, and you are just going to insert marks on this. And so at 3:15 a.m., I want you to think, is it light or dark? So you'll insert a text box, and we would say, well, at 3:15 a.m., I would be sleeping, and I hope that you would be sleeping. So that would be time that it is dark out. Part of the day, again, it's the middle of the night. An activity that you would be doing is you might be sleeping. At least I hope so. For each of these times, 8 a.m., 2:30 p.m., 6:15 p.m., and 8:45 p.m., think about something that you might be doing. 8 a.m., I would already be at school. You are probably either on your way to school or maybe just arriving at school. 2:30, think about what you might be doing during your school day. 6:15, I can tell you 6:15 right now, it's kind of crazy, but because of daylight saving time, it's already starting to get dark, and I'll plug that in for you because I think that that's a little bit of a tricky one. And then 8:45 p.m. I did want to point out a couple other words here. We call time here from 6 o'clock onward, we're going to call it evening. And then I think that 2:30, we would actually call that the afternoon. I'll plug those in. You've got some other blanks that you're going to create text boxes and plug in for me on slide 4. Let's hop to slide 5. This is hopping all the way down to the 5-minute marker. So I will get your vocabulary all moved over here for you again. However, I do want to remind you that when we are dealing with time, you're going to want to count by 5s for the minutes. And so another thing I wanted to point out is problems like this number 20. When you know that the minute hand is only about 5 minutes away from a new hour, you have to look very, very closely. And let me try to zoom in here and see if that'll work for you. Yeah, there we go. This hour hand is just barely before the 9 o'clock. And what that tells me is that we're still in the 8 o'clock hour. Just in 5 minutes, it's going to be 9. So that tells me this is actually 8:55. So I could write this as 8:55, or another way that I could speak this one is that it is 5 till 9, because it's going to be 9 in just 5 minutes. These are ones that would be really great to practice with your parents. They get a little bit tighter. I wanted to point out this zoom tool here. It's the one with the magnifying glass and the plus sign in it. You can always switch it down to fit, which is what would fit on your screen to continue typing. If you need to zoom in on a clock, go ahead and do 100 or 200, and it will get it big, and you can use the arrows or 2 fingers to slide around and point out a particular clock. You are able to edit them and add your typing on things while it is zoomed in. So I can, while it's big like this, say that that's 240. And then you can go ahead and continue from there. So I would like you guys to complete this slide and have a parent check it. I'll put a note for that on the slide for you as well, okay? We'll get this down to fit.